We are working on the lower control arms of a 1982 Vanagon, and one of the trickiest parts is this part right in here. This is the bushing, so I'm going to be replacing both of the bushings, and there are a lot of videos that show these bushings getting pushed in with presses. Some people doing crazy things, making homemade things, putting grease everywhere, but I found someone in the mainland. Well, I'm in Hawaii, so we call the continental United States the mainland because everything comes from there. But I said it before, for my rear control arms, I replaced the bushings back there. And again, when I looked online, there was a bunch of videos that showed just crazy homemade presses, greasing everything and hammering and just doing all kinds of stuff. A lot of people ended up taking their stuff to machine shops to have them pressed in. But a place called Burley Motorsports, not endorsed by them, not getting anything from them, but I ordered rear bushings, and most of the time those bushings come in one piece and you got to machine them, push them through with some kind of press. Burley makes bushings that come in two pieces, so you put one on each side and it slides right in with no problem. Just as effective, well-built stuff. But anyway, that's working on the lower arms. I've got the upper arms sitting right here, and I'm going to pop out these. These are the ones that are welded on, a little tack weld to hold them in place. I got a welder, so I'm going to practice tack welding my new ones on. I'm going to grind those little tack welds off, pop those out, and put all brand new bushings on everything. And if you're wondering what I was talking about, these are the bushings, and if you can see, it's split right down the middle, so you got a left and a right instead of one solid bushing that you got to push all the way through. And with that being said, these bushings are a lot thicker, a lot more solid, because you don't have to compress them and squish them, so they're built so much better. But this is a front end suspension rework, so you guys sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. And we're going to get this done. We are one step closer to getting my Vanagon on the road. This is a continuation of my front suspension on my 82 Vanagon. These are the upper control arms. I got off the ball joints. One tricky part was actually getting these bushings out. They are tack welded from the factory. From what I've read and what I've researched on the Samba and a few other places, they don't need to be tack welded back in, and they may have been tack welded in the factory because the bushings they used were not the greatest bushings in the world. So with that being said, I'm going to install new bushings. I got all these from Burley Motorsports. Nice brand new bushings for both sides, and I'm going to paint them. I'm going to undercoat and rubberize coat them as well. I did that with the lower control arms as well. So these are all painted. They will be undercoated, and this was killer to take out. I used drills, WD-40, and a hammer, and just put a little elbow grease into it. But the new ones are, again, from Burley Motorsports. They're just like the rears, where they come in two pieces, so one will go on each side and it'll clamp together. And I will show you what it all looks like when it's all done. And that's a 25mm sway bar, a little bit, actually a lot thicker than the factory one. But you guys sit back, relax, and enjoy the coming together of this Vanagon.